Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. This Wednesday has been nothing short of explosive in the world of Formula One, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's the time. Otherwise, you're going to miss some of the biggest developments of the season. Earlier today, it was officially confirmed that Christian Horner has been dismissed from his role as team principal of Red Bull Racing. If you've been following GPM Casa, you already saw this coming. We've been reporting for weeks that Horner's position was on increasingly shaky ground. But that's not all. The saga surrounding Max Verstappen's future has also taken a dramatic new turn. Just a few days ago, we brought you the story that Verstappen had verbally agreed to Mercedes' proposal to join them as a driver for 2026. At the time, the deal hinged on approval from Mercedes-Benz executive board, which was divided. Some leaders believed the team could succeed with George Russell and Andrea Kimi Antonelli as their lineup, without splashing out for Verstappen. Now, according to Italian publication La Gazzetta dello Sport, Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Kalinius has given the green light for the team to actively pursue Verstappen, clearing a major hurdle in the negotiations. Verstappen's current contract with Red Bull runs until the end of 2028, but as widely known, there are multiple exit clauses. One of them reportedly allows him to leave if Red Bull's competitiveness drops, while another sets a buyout fee of €102 million, a figure that Mercedes, with its deep pockets, would have no trouble covering. The timing could hardly be worse for Red Bull. Verstappen has failed to reach the podium in 4 of the last 5 races, and after the British Grand Prix, where he finished 5th, he publicly criticized the RB21 for its lack of development and voiced concerns over Red Bull powertrain's readiness for the new 2026 regulations. Adding to the turmoil is Horner's departure, which Verstappen's camp had reportedly pushed for. With Horner out, will Max feel satisfied enough to stay, or does this clear his path to leave Red Bull altogether? Meanwhile, Mercedes faces its own internal uncertainty. Neither George Russell nor Kimi Antonelli has extended their contracts for 2026, and team insiders reportedly believe Verstappen's arrival would instantly make them title contenders again, even if their 2026 car isn't a dominant machine. Rumors suggest Mercedes could pair Verstappen with Antonelli, letting Russell move the other way to Red Bull as part of a driver shuffle. As we're in a rare break between races, the next 2 weeks provide the perfect window for Verstappen and Mercedes to finalize talks. According to La Gazzetta, both sides now have the green light to proceed, meaning the only question left is whether Verstappen is truly ready to walk away from the team that made him a 3-time world champion. So what do you think? Should Verstappen take this bold step and join Mercedes, trusting them to deliver a winning car under the 2026 regulations? Or with Horner out, will he decide to stay and see out his contract at Red Bull? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This could be one of the defining moments of modern F1. Christian Horner is facing the biggest crisis of his career as team principal, with pressure mounting to an all-time high after Red Bull's lackluster performance at the British Grand Prix. According to a report from GP Blog, the possibility of Horner's departure, whether voluntary or forced, is now more realistic than ever. The internal environment at Red Bull, which has been showing cracks for several months, has reportedly reached a critical point. Since the passing of Dietrich Mateschitz, the team's founder and owner, Horner has steadily consolidated power within the organization. However, this concentration of control is now under heavy scrutiny, not only from key personnel within the team, but also from people close to Max Verstappen. For Verstappen's inner circle, Horner is seen as a central figure in the growing instability at Red Bull. They believe his leadership style and the toxic dynamics it has fostered are directly affecting the team's cohesion and performance. As a result, there's growing sentiment that either Horner's influence must be significantly reduced or he must step aside entirely if Red Bull hopes to retain Verstappen beyond 2025. This once unthinkable scenario is now being seriously discussed not just within Red Bull Racing, but also at the highest levels of Red Bull GmbH, the parent company. The team's recent decline on track, combined with these internal power struggles, has fueled concerns about its long-term competitiveness. Sources suggest Horner himself is acutely aware of the mounting pressure and is worried about his position. Adding to the tension, Verstappen's future with Red Bull remains uncertain. While the reigning four-time world champion has expressed a preference to stay, he has not ruled out leaving if the internal situation fails to improve. His departure could trigger a mass exodus of key staff and engineers, further crippling Red Bull's performance in the upcoming regulation era. With Verstappen expected to renegotiate his contract during the summer break in August, the clock is ticking for Red Bull's leadership. The question looming over Milton Keynes is whether they are willing to sacrifice Horner's position to keep their star driver, or risk losing both Verstappen and their dominance in Formula One. What do you think? Are we about to witness a seismic shakeup at Red Bull to secure Verstappen's loyalty? Or will the team hold firm, potentially pushing Max towards a rival like Mercedes or Aston Martin for 2026? Drop your thoughts below. Would you side with Horner or Verstappen in this brewing power struggle? Per Gunter AO ChatGPT. The Formula One world was rocked this Wednesday morning with breaking news. Christian Horner is officially out as team principal and CEO of Red Bull Racing. For those of you already subscribed to GPM Casa, this might not come as a total surprise. We've been reporting for weeks that this scenario was becoming increasingly likely. But if you're not yet subscribed, you're missing out on staying ahead of the curve in the F1 paddock. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you're never the last to know. And if you enjoy fast, direct updates like this, leave a like to support the channel. It means the world to us. This morning, Red Bull issued an official statement confirming Horner's departure after nearly 2 decades at the helm. The primary reason? Mounting pressure from within the team, led by none other than Max Verstappen. Reports indicate that in a tense meeting days ago, Verstappen made it clear, either Horner steps down, or he would walk away from Red Bull. Horner has been a central figure in Red Bull Racing's rise and dominance in Formula One since 2005, when the energy drink giant acquired the former Jaguar Racing team. Under his leadership, Red Bull secured 2 eras of supremacy. First with Sebastian Vettel from 2010 to 2013, and then with Max Verstappen from 2021 to 2024. Horner's tenure saw 6 Constructors' Championships and 7 Drivers' titles, cementing Red Bull as a powerhouse in modern F1. But since the death of Red Bull co-founder Dietrich Mateschitz in late 2022, cracks began to form. Internal conflicts grew, especially with Verstappen's inner circle, including his father, Jos Verstappen, and senior advisor Helmut Marko, who increasingly challenged Horner's authority. Key figures like Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley also left the team in recent months, further weakening Horner's position. To make matters worse, Horner faced a personal scandal last year that triggered an internal investigation, though he managed to hold on to his role until now. In Red Bull's official statement, the team thanked Horner for his immeasurable contributions over nearly 2 decades and acknowledged his role in shaping Red Bull Racing's history. Effective immediately, Laurent Mekies, formerly team principal of the Red Bull Junior team, Racing Bulls, steps up to lead Red Bull Racing. Meanwhile, Peter Bayer will oversee Racing Bulls as its new team principal. Horner's final race in charge was last weekend's British Grand Prix, where Verstappen started on pole but finished a frustrating 5th in tricky wet conditions. Red Bull currently sits 4th in the Constructors' standings, and Verstappen is 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, trailing the leader by 69 points. This marks the beginning of a new era at Red Bull Racing. But the big question now is whether these sweeping changes will be enough to convince Verstappen to stay. The Dutchman has been coy about his future, and rumors linking him to Mercedes persist as the summer break approaches. So what do you think? Did Red Bull make the right call in removing Horner from power, or was this a mistake that could destabilize the team further? And do you believe this move is enough to keep Verstappen in the fold for 2026, or will he still make the shock switch to a rival team? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic chapters in recent F1 history.